Do you ever wonder why other people don't treat you with the respect you deserve? Let us embark on a journey of introspection in the spirit of Buddhist wisdom, which teaches us that a generous heart, kind words, and a life of service and compassion are the things that renew humanity. This is not about finding flaws in ourselves. Rather, it is about locating the underlying causes of our interactions. To comprehend why some people don't treat us with respect because they don't like some of our habits. The main idea is that we can embark on a journey of self-improvement and build relationships that are stronger and more respectful by conducting in-depth self-reflection on our actions and behaviors. It is not really about self-criticism or self-pity. Let's look at 10 possible explanations for why people don't respect us. 1. Absence of dignity. Absence of self-esteem resembles building a house on a sand trap. Regardless of how well you improve it, it's dependably temperamental. Self-respect is regarded as the foundation of a meaningful life in Buddhist teachings. As the Buddha said, you, however much anyone in the whole universe, merit your adoration and friendship. The significance of treating ourselves with kindness and respect is emphasized in this profound statement. We encourage others to disrespect themselves when we fail to do so for ourselves. Respect for oneself is not based on arrogance or ego. It's tied in with perceiving your innate worth, supporting your prosperity, and defining solid limits. It entails lovingly recognizing your strengths and weaknesses, instead of judgment. At the point when we practice dignity, we wear an undetectable protective layer that safeguards us from others' lack of regard. It begins with the simple but powerful conviction that I am deserving of respect for who I am. 2. Complaining and negativity. Complaining and negativity are like clouds that block the sun. They obscure our interactions and point of view. Positive mental cultivation is emphasized in Buddhism. As the Buddha admirably expressed, your thought process you become. You are what you feel. You create what you imagine. This features the significant effect of our viewpoints and perspectives. Negativity and complaining have a negative impact, not only on our own outlook, but also on those around us. It resembles spreading an obscurity of discontent, making it difficult to see the positive and find solutions. We become trapped in a cycle of dissatisfaction because negativity breeds more negativity. Recognizing this pattern and striving to concentrate on the positive, solutions, and gratitude are the keys. This shift doesn't mean disregarding issues, but instead moving toward them with a helpful and confident mentality. We become like the sun breaking through the clouds when we do this, bringing warmth and light into our lives and the lives of those around us. Remember that the garden of our thoughts is where the seeds of happiness and contentment grow. 3. Irregularity in words and activities. Irregularity among words and activities resembles a rudderless boat. It ruins trust and creates confusion. According to a Buddhist viewpoint, consistency is a type of genuineness and care. The Buddha carefully noted, 3 things can't be for quite some time covered up: the sun, the moon, and reality. This teaching emphasizes that, regardless of what is said, actions will always reveal a person's true character. It conveys a message of unreliability and deceit, whether intentional or not. When your actions contradict your words, it resembles promising daylight while conveying precipitation. Individuals quit planning for the glow. Consistency is the concordance of our internal considerations and external articulations, and it is fundamental for building enduring deferential connections. It all comes down to getting your compass in line with your core values and letting those values direct your actions and words. Keep in mind that your credibility in life is based on your actions rather than your words. 4. Unfortunate relational abilities. There is a well-known saying that says, the illusion of communication is the biggest problem. Unfortunate relational abilities are like attempting to explore a dim timberland without a guide. Misunderstandings and lost connections result. In Buddhism, careful correspondence is viewed as fundamental, lining up with the possibility that words have the capacity to both obliterate and recuperate. Our world can be changed by words that are sincere and kind. The significance of how we communicate is reflected in this profound insight. Unfortunate correspondence isn't just about staggering over words. It's tied in with neglecting to tune in, not articulating our thoughts plainly, or not considering the effect our words have on others. Compelling correspondence requires a mix of lucidity in articulation and compassionate tuning in, making a scaffold among brains and hearts. It's tied in with picking words that resound with truth and generosity, guaranteeing that the very thing we pass on illuminates as well as regards and interfaces. 5. You miss the whole picture of human connection and experience if you lack empathy. The saying, "In separateness lies the world's greatest misery, in compassion lies the world's true strength," sums up Buddhism's emphasis on empathy and compassion. This profound wisdom emphasizes the significance of comprehending and expressing one's own emotions. We create barriers rather than bridges when we lack empathy, isolating ourselves from the diverse range of human emotions. Stepping into someone else's shoes, seeing the world through their eyes, and comprehending their joys and challenges as if they were our own, are all components of empathy. By sustaining sympathy, we enhance our own lives, yet in addition, make waves of empathy in our general surroundings. Remember, similar to a muscle, the heart's capacity for empathy and connection. The more you use it, the more grounded it becomes, spreading warmth and grasping afterward. 6. Being overly critical or judgmental. Being overly critical or judgmental is like looking through a negative lens at the world. It alters reality and alienates other people. Buddhism shows the significance of understanding and empathy, with an emphasis on the rule that passing judgment on others makes us blind, though love is enlightening. This profound insight serves as a reminder to us that a lack of understanding and compassion are the root causes of constant judgment and criticism. At the point when we are excessively basic, we limit our viewpoint, yet in addition, establish a climate of cynicism and protectiveness. All things being equal, taking on an outlook of interest and transparency can prompt more extravagant, more compassionate collaborations. We strengthen our relationships and cultivate a deeper sense of inner peace by substituting understanding for judgment and compassion for criticism. Keep in mind, each individual is a vast expanse of encounters and points of view. Our own journey becomes more enriching and illuminating when we acknowledge this diversity. 7. Not regarding others. Buddhism shows the interconnectedness of all creatures and the significance of regard for other people, as typified in the expressing, similarly as a mother would safeguard her lone youngster with her life. All things being equal allowed one to develop an endless love towards all creatures. This strong feeling highlights the idea that discourtesy towards others is an inability to perceive our common humankind and relationship. Affront, whether through words or activities, resembles creating shaded areas in our cooperations, darkening the potential for understanding and congruity. It breeds a pattern of cynicism, driving us further away from the center Buddhist guideline of cherishing thoughtfulness. By developing appreciation for other people, we recognize their innate worth and add to a more sympathetic world. Keep in mind that every person is a tapestry of individual experiences and stories. To regard them is to respect the wealth of human variety and the bonds that integrate us in this mind-boggling snare of life. 8. In Buddhism, recognizing one's faults and learning from them is essential for personal growth and harmony with others. Failure to acknowledge or apologize for mistakes, as a Buddhist instructing recommends, to blunder is human, to pardon divine. Compassionate acts abound in both. This point of view features the significance of taking ownership of our mix-ups. At the point when we don't recognize our blunders, we make boundaries to understanding and development, both in ourselves and in our connections. It's similar to denying a wound's existence and preventing its healing. Not only does it demonstrate that we are aware of our errors, but apologizing also shows that we are sorry. It shows respect for others, responsibility and humility. It's a scaffold worked over the whole of bad behavior, permitting us and others to push ahead. By embracing our unsteadiness and the extraordinary influence of conciliatory sentiments, we weave an embroidery of truthfulness and in trust that improves our associations with others. Keep in mind, in the nursery of human communication, the seeds of absolution and grasping blossom the most gorgeous blossoms. 9. Absence of confidence. According to a Buddhist point of view, emphaticness is tied in with tracking down the center way in our connections, a harmony between detached quietness and forceful discourse. The Buddha once advised, "Speak the truth without retaliating." This exemplifies the essence of assertiveness, which is speaking one's truth in a respectful manner and without intending harm. When you aren't assertive, your needs and voice get lost in the crowd, resulting in a life of compromise and animosity. Respectful and sincere expression of one's thoughts and feelings is the essence of assertiveness rather than dominance. It's about being kind when you set boundaries, making sure your voice is heard, and keeping your dignity. By rehearsing confident correspondence, you honor your own value while regarding others, cultivating an environment of common regard and understanding. Keep in mind that a tree's strength comes not only from its tall branches, but also from its sturdy roots. 10. Failing to fulfill obligations. In Buddhism, the rule of smart activity, some portion of the Honorable Eightfold Way, underscores the significance of capable, moral direct. As the Buddha instructed, activity springs from thought, thought from the brain. Is it true that you are certain you need to sow those seeds? This features the effect of our activities and responsibilities on ourselves as well as other people. At the point when you neglect to respect your responsibilities, it's not only a missed errand or a messed up guarantee, it's an impression of your dependability and trustworthiness. You lose self-respect and the trust that others place in you with each unfulfilled commitment. It's like taking care of a garden when you do what you say you will. It requires exertion and commitment, yet the products of trust, regard, and believability are worth the effort. It's about making sure that your words and actions are in line with one another, showing that you are consistent and trustworthy, and that this makes relationships that last a long time. Keep in mind that one fulfilled commitment at a time forms the foundation of the trust bridge. Last but not least, if you find that you are frequently disrespected, see it as an opportunity for development and self-reflection. You are the first step in earning respect. As you leave on this way, recall the expressions of Marcus Aurelius. The best vengeance is to be not normal for him who played out the shamefulness. Be the change you wish to find in your collaborations and watch as the world changes with you.